Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with more of Avernum 3 Ruin World. Here we are, we found a remote cave. We helped out some Vontai in the last bar, although we did decide to ultimately remain quiet about what we learned about the Vontai. So there is that. So let's take the time now to explore this remote cave we found. Oh. What? Is there no entrance or something we could get to? Okay, this is blocked off somehow. There's no switch we can do? Or maybe it's one of those things on the other side here. In the ground in this remote valley is covered with a thin layer of slime. As you explore, the stones under your feet start to shift out from under you. Loathsome writhing creatures burrow up out of the earth beyond you, pleased that some food has come to them. Have more of this BS. Monsters dead, you eagerly search for loot. Unfortunately, way up here in the mountains, they haven't been able to get any. The little metal you find has been nearly disintegrated by the worm's acidic excretions. Disappointing. All the bodies in this valley have taken a one-way journey through the acid-filled innards of a worm. Nothing of value survived. I'm still confused. I mean, there's switch or something we can tap to get to that. This is blocked off and we can't use move mountains on just something like that, unfortunately. Okay, let's continue exploring then. Okay, we got some drakes up there and undead, clearly. Bounding band. Well, that would be good if I had a archer. We'd sell it. Wall to the north is a good example of the Empire's power. It is an awesome barrier of stone, many miles long, no doubt erected with the help of magical constructs. However, it is the magical wars which throw bolts of blue energy up into the air and down through the ground that really impress you. This wall will prevent any monsters from escaping Avernum, for now. Ooh, fungus patch. You are in the middle of a grim remote swamp. The only bit of cheeriness you find is this patch of moss and flowers. You look closely, you suspect that some of them might be useful potion ingredients. As you search the path for good ingredients, you hear dark, ethereal laughter. You look around and find that a group of swamp denizens that surrounded you. Their approach was completely silent. You have no choice but to fight. You know what? That's perfectly fine, though. You can always use XP. No biggie at all. Make sure we kill that Ibis and Gazer first. I hate it. Freaking terrifying charm effects. Let's do this. Get them out. Stop it with the dang terrify effect. I'm gonna... I really wish I had a high resistance to both of those. The forest ahead is dark and shadowy. Eerie, flickering lights dance among the trees. The branches over your head sway slightly. Odd, considering that there's no wind. The forest gets darker and seems closing around you. Little by little, you start to lose track of the path. Before, the way through the woods seemed clear. Now you aren't sure where you are. You stumble through the dark roads, completely lost. Sometimes you think you can hear someone calling you in the distance. When you try to follow, you find yourself in a darker, thicker part of the forest. Suddenly, small, leering shapes move out of the bushes around you. They're gremlins. One of them, cackling, says, "Give us food, or in these woods your bones will ever lie." You refuse the gremlin's request, hoping that your obvious strength will dissuade them from attacking you. Your hopes are in vain. The crazy little beasts charge at you. Well, we'll dispose of them just fine. You search the gremlins. They were poor woodland folk. No money, no magic items. However, you find a few bottles of powerful wine and some pitiful leftovers from their last meal. Fine wine. Bacon a kebab. See if we can just do this. Fine wine we can definitely sell because I don't need to use it. One of the gremlins is taller and beefier and hungrier. It wears a beautiful, shiny pair of pants, marking it as full of authority. It must be the leader gremlin. But we haven't really seen Crocolisk in a while. Oh, dang it, I can't do my tactic here. We can still do that, just fine. You search the bodies of the unpleasant forest creatures. They don't have much. You make sure to take their leader's gleaming pants. You also find a few bottles of fine wine. Again, we'll sell the fine wine. Radiant Greaves. Okay, that's a little bit... You know what, we'll put it on her, I think. Not so least. The forest brightens a little and you think you can see sunlight ahead. You're almost out of these gremlin-infested woods. Okay, well that was quite the series of events there. Okay, we finally reached the coast of the game, it looks like. Or this part, anyway. Ooh, there's a town up ahead, but let me actually... Is that really all that's up here? A town and... Is there really no way we can get into that freaking remote cavern? Day of visions. You might see things today. Oh, okay. Go and see what this has to offer. The valley is blocked. The Drake towers above you, gauging how much money your equipment is worth. Strangely, it doesn't seem to be about to attack you. These beasts don't get to be centuries old by taking risks. It grins at you, exposing teeth yellowed by centuries of age. Hello, little mortal. I am on the hunt for food and for additions to my hoard. If you want to pass me, you pay the toll. 500 of your little coins or explore elsewhere. The Lord of the Drakes are cautious creatures, but they are not cowards. They have their pride. The Drake has decided that you are its next meal. It roars and attacks. But you know what? This is all perfectly fine and dandy. You could always use the combat XP. I really wish I had adrenaline rush for him right now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Oh, and you can cast nullity. That's bull. Whatever, you're dead anyway. Okay, so I guess this is just another one of those sequences. Where you have to fight at least a few of them before you can get a reward. At least we can do this again. And this. And this. Oh snap, we got a bunch of drakes over there, so this is definitely going to be a tougher fight. You meet a third mighty drake. As you approach, it smiles. I figured it was only a matter of time until you came to see me. I have been following your progress. Normally I care nothing for adventurers, but I sense that one day you will be a legend. I can bless you. I can give you the power of mightiness in battle. But for this boon, you must pay me. 5,000 coins is the price for the blessings of a Drake Lord. Do I even have 5,000? I don't think so. Yeah, we don't. I thought they would attack us if we refused the third time, but okay. I'll take what I can get. I do need to sell some stuff, though. Now, is that really just like a... Is this cavern really just a... You suddenly feel slightly dizzy. A vision floats before your eyes. You see yourself walking down a narrow valley on the surface. The ground underfoot is dry and dead. You look older and worn down. Oh, because that's a holiday that we triggered, right? Okay, I don't really care about these visions, though. That's all they need to pass already. You penetrate a thicket deep in the middle of this marshy fen. There is a field of flowers. The bright blossoms are growing out of huge masses of peat and rotting vegetation. You aren't fooled by the flowers, though. You can see the growth below them, barely visible in the rotting vegetation. Yeah, I found a patch of gray mold and mandrake, and it looks like some of it could be used for alchemy. We'll take it. Rotted fence. In this small clearing, you find a filthy man sitting huddled near a fire. He is muttering to himself. When he sees you, he jumps up and screams, "No, I will not go back." He jumps up and starts to run, but then he recognizes you. "Wait, you aren't with the army? You're that Avernite who's been wandering around. I've heard about you before I ended up here. Friends, I need money. For 1,000 coins, I'll tell you a secret." This must be a deserter for the Empire Army. No wonder he was afraid. The penalty for desertion is horrible death. That's what it actually says in the law books, horrible death. Let's go ahead and pay the fee. He takes the coins, adds them up, and puts them in a belt pouch. "Thank you, friend. Now I can get myself established again. Get myself a little farm. From monsters, maybe around Squiggus. Yes, that's the life for me. You clear your throat to get him back on track. Oh, information. So, I knew an Empire captain. He did some looting. Theft, basically. He hid it in Villa, in the back room of the inn, on Matic Isle. Then a white got him. This was years ago when we were trying to save that island from undead. I can't go to Villa, but you can. Get a boat in Gale, look for treasure. That's all I can say. Now, I must go." Before you can say anything, he has run off. These woods have been claimed by a large band of bandits. They're well armed, fast on their feet, and always on the hunt for travelers to shake down. They must be a misery for settlers in this area. They easily catch up with you. As archers aim bows and mages prepare spells, their leader sizes you up. Then he says, "A warrior, eh? We don't want to fight you, so we'll go easy on you. Only 50 coins and you get to live." Hell no. I'm all about the principle of not paying bandits. There are a lot of them, but we'll take them down. I am not worried about that at all. See, this fight's gonna be very over soon. Alright, Celestia, do your thing. I keep forgetting he doesn't have it. See, that fight was over before it even begun. Are you kidding me? The bandits, probably renegade soldiers, are all dead. You've just made life a lot easier for the people living in these parts. Unfortunately, all the loot they owned was left at their camp. It's not with them. Okay, is this their camp then? In this clearing, you find a campsite, unoccupied but not abandoned. There's plenty of loot around, coins, trinkets you can barter, and a bunch of javelins. Whoever was camping here, they just left. Odd. You leave the campsite, still confused by the lack of guards. Unfortunately, you soon find out where they were. Looking for travelers to rob? Looking for travelers to rob. When they find you raiding their camp, they decide to liberate you of your wealth. Again, I am not intimidated by a bunch of thugs. We are just gonna do our thing here. See, again, this was over before it even started. When you emerge from the woods surrounding this remote town, men in the watchtower shout an alarm. There's a lot of confused running around on their part until you realize you aren't bandits. Life is dangerous for a small, remote town in Avernum. Okay, wainscoting. As you walk through these thick woods, you are sure you're being watched. You can't see any people, but the forest is unnaturally quiet. At the end of the path, you find something pleasant. It's a small hut surrounded by a nice herb garden. Smoke rises from the chimney. As you approach the hut, a man suddenly appears in front of you. He raises his hands in a gesture of peace. Wait, I mean no harm. I just had to make sure you weren't brigands. No longer visible, he invites you in for tea. He introduces himself as Torgus, a priest from Loreley. When the giants appeared, he decided it was safer to live out here. It's a shame, he says. I do miss my home. I sometimes feel like a coward staying out here. But I do help out with the war. You ask how. He pulls out a case and opens it. It's full of potions. Plenty of good herbs out here for those who know where to find them. I ship potions east to help the fighters, only keeping and selling what I need to get gold to stay alive. And that reminds me, he smiles, I suspect that you are no stranger to battle and rest. These potions can help you in situations where nothing else can. Are you interested? Torgus makes all sorts of potions in his cramped little home. Most are given to the army, but he sells some for himself. Okay. Okay, let's clear out this shading real quick. As we find some freaking shamblers. How come my nature lore isn't kicking in more here? Because we can kill these very easily. No problem. Oh, again, I do keep forgetting to switch out sometimes. I just assume my front line fighters are already back to melee. I want to head to that town, but I do also... Actually, you know what? Check that. We can go to that town. See what it's all about. Wainscoting, though. The town is on the verge of becoming a ghost town. Wainscoting is a port town, a place for ships to stop, load and unload supplies, wait out storms, and resupply. Unfortunately, few ships have been sailing lately, so things here are very, very quiet. Okay, well, at least it's not a hostile place. A tall, brutish man runs the scent. His earrings and tattoos mark him as a former sailor. I'm a bruiso, he grunts. What can I get here? He spits into a rag and uses it to wipe off the counter. I got rooms and booze. Rooms are 20 coins. For you. Booze is also 20 coins. For you. Got a problem with that? Aren't those prices a bit steep? Are they? I just don't care. Nice fellow. A bruiso stares at you. Only those who sail the seas get his approval. A fellow named Bagro mentioned he knows you and that you two used to be involved in some pirating. Is this true? You ask him about Bagro. He grins. Ah, those were the days. Looting. A little piracy. We took a bunch of our loot and hid it under a statue in this town called Greendale. Then the word got out on us and we couldn't get it. I'm sure it's not there anymore. Ah, those were the days. Ooh, we have to go back to Greendale then. So this village is called Wainscoting? Yes, doesn't it sound like a lovely name for a village? Wainscoting. 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 I killed a whole bunch of bandits up to the north. You did? Tell me about them. You described the evil horde you dispatched. You done us a good deed, friend. You truly have. Those vermin have been raiding us for months. You're welcome to stay here for free whenever you want. It's the least I can do. A round of booze, please. You buy some acrid, oily liquor. You have to drink it quickly before it eats its way through the mug. Your intestines scream for mercy. Reality spins madly around you. I like a place to stay for the night. The room is cold and dirty, but it's free. After what you did for the town, Abruzzo is glad to give you shelter for the night. Okay, well that is nice. Okay, so we're gonna get to a friendly major town right now, so that helped us, help Celestia recharge too. Oh, I forgot we have these. Let's go ahead and eat some cake. You can never have too much cake, right? And a kebab. I actually like kebabs too. I've never really made a shish kebab, but it is something I do want to do sometime. Yes, another. I'm guessing that's Anama if he's talking about the evil magic. The storeroom is mostly empty. There are cobwebs, spiders, which aren't giant and don't talk, and a handful of pots and baskets. The ships ringing flights to this frontier town stopped coming a while ago. Okay, well, there's nothing here I need. I really wish I had more bags of meal, though. Okay, if I can get at least 31 more bags of meal, we can complete that quest I had. Okay, so wainscoting is not much at all. Looks like they do have a graveside at least. But Abruzzo did give us some information about Greendale, so we should head over to Greendale real quick. We know where that is. It was an area close to Gale. Or the town close to Gale, anyway. Actually, I'll read that here in a moment. Let's go ahead and talk to the person here. Not before we loot up a bit, but... A small, depressed man sits at his desk, stitching together the torn binding of a thick, leather-bound book. He seems pleased that his library has received a visitor, but not very much. Welcome, dirty traveler. I am Yar the librarian. Greetings, nice library. Nice of you to say. I run the library of wainscoting, such as it is. Why do you say that? Ah, it was a beautiful idea. Ships coming south, coming north. Many staying here, most having a few books I could buy. I got books from all over and kept them here safe. Then the disaster happened. What disaster? Plagues of monsters. Avernum was quarantined. No ships from faraway lands. No new books. Nobody wanting to see or buy the old ones. I sit here bored, waiting. Don't you have some sort of hobby? Nope, I sit around waiting for someone like you to come and appreciate my work. Feel free to peruse the books. You're an adventurer. You may find something to interest you. Yar carefully stitches the pages back into the book he is restoring. It's a painfully slow and painstaking process. Books are rare and valuable out here. Can you provide us with magical training? Yar snores. What do I look like to you? I am a librarian. You can look through my books for rare and valuable works magic, but don't count on finding anything but light fiction. No books which will teach us how to cast my existing spells at a much higher level of efficiency? Oh, I'm sure nothing like that exists anywhere. Have any maps of Avernum? Sadly, no. Sea charts, yes. Land maps, no. I've heard you can buy them in the towns to the east, so Callus and Dorngis. You find an interesting book, The Early History of Avernum, Volume 1 by Zagnut. What a name. When the Empire turned its mighty eye to the continent of Avernum, it was settled only by fierce, mindless Nephilim and similar monsters. The tale of the Empire's taming of the savage continent is a long and exciting one. The first settlement in Avernum was Black Crag Fortress, a mighty fortress at the north end. The early building of this fort, which provided a safe place for settlers and a supply depot, was a key to the destruction of the Nephilim tribes. From the stronghold, settlers were able to establish the Keep of Tenraya, the largest and mightiest city in Valorim. The Keep's mighty walls and limited access makes it the Empire city safest from attack. From the Keep, lightning raids by Empire dervishes were able to devastate the mighty rat-baying clan of Nephilim. Let's clear the way to the founding of Gale and Lorelei. The tale of the taming of the southern half of the continent will follow in Volume 2, coming soon. You find an interesting book, The Mystery of the Stone Circles by Zalvan or Dravi. Of the many mysteries of magic that present themselves to us, one of the most intriguing and enigmatic is that of the stone circles on the continent of Valorim. They disappear and reappear. They're one day and gone the next. Those travelers who enter them feel compelled to pray. When they do, they feel peculiar afterwards, but stronger or smarter or refreshed. Who made them? What are they for? Some wizards say they are the tool of a dark power and should be destroyed. Others say that we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Nobody knows the truth. Interestingly, there are 5 areas in Valorim where the circles tend to be sighted. The Isle of Big Ale, around Lake Tamor, Krijan Province, near Gale, and one on the Libris Squigus caravan route. What should one do upon encountering a stone circle? Nobody is sure, but I personally believe that caution is the key to success in magic. After all, he who sticks his head into the orifice of a dragon will not be pleased with the result. Okay, so that was wainscoting. We got a little mini reward for the bandits. There's some islands out here. Okay, nothing of any benefit to us, it looks like. And there are some basilisk, it looks like, there, but I don't want to find no basilisk. You have found some of Valorim's rarer and more unpleasant scavengers. You smell them before you see them. They are huge, animated masses of rotting vegetation, scraping the forest clean of plant matter and dead animals as they shuffle along. When they get close enough to sense you, however, they change course. You are a source of the rich, fresh protein necessary to grow strong monster bodies. They are big, but they aren't fast. You could avoid them. I will do a good deed and kill them, why not? You dig through the bodies of the dead plant beasts, hoping they picked up something useful along the way. Deep inside one of them, you find a wand. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back south here. Ooh, there are 2 drakes over there. I don't feel like fighting them, though. Ooh, we found a town called Calic. Let's head over to Greendale really quick, because I really want to see, what that reward is before we go. Calic and Malik. I still also want to get a reward from I mean, not a reward, but the... Okay, please tell me there's like a shopkeeper here we can sell to. Yes, perfect. Sell to that generic chef and we'll head back up north. We'll get more levels of Arcane Blow. That should be it for spells, I think. I mean, I can't remember. We are going to head over to Greendale really quick too, and see if we can find that treasure that was mentioned. Okay, I only needed to prove it one more time, so I should have all the levels for everything, pretty much. Yeah, I feel like I do. Maybe the slow was for 3 turns? Yeah, I feel like I have every spell. Oop. I feel like I have every spell maxed now. If I'm... Oh, no Ward of Thoughts? I probably haven't found a spellbook for it yet. As long as I at least have everything at level 2, that's fine, because you can definitely get level 2 in shop. The rest of the thing you have to find with, like, spellbooks and stuff like that to increase efficiency. Okay, but like I said, let's head back to Greendale really quick here. I do want to see what that treasure would be. Okay, shut up about that. Some refugees huddle around a campfire in this remote valley. They approach you for news of what's been happening. One man says, "It's good to see the warriors in this area, even pale ones. We aren't picky. We're waiting for the golems threatening Gale to be defeated. Is it safe to go home yet?" You explain to them how you destroyed the factory creating the golems. Most of the golems are now too weak to hurt anyone. They are pleased by your words and quickly start packing. They're desperate to return to their homes. Okay, that was free reputation. Actually, what's up here? Okay, that's just loot. Yeah, I think we can also buy more weapon skills at this point. You find a small, narrow tunnel. There are fresh tracks on the ground in front of it. They were made by some sort of massive, clawed creature. You enter the cave expecting bears, goblins, or the like. Instead, you find a pack of muscled, vicious beasts. They've been hiding here for some time. They're simple minds since prey, and they lurch towards you. Yep, alien beast. Does not surprise me at all, though. But yeah, like I said, as long as I have the spells at least at level 2, that's fine. Level 3, you're just gonna have to find in, like, spell books, elsewhere, like dungeons, stuff like that. So, it's not really... Like, I definitely still haven't found all the level 3 stuff in the first 2 games. And I've played these games for quite some time. You search the caves for knowledge about what these bizarre beasts were. You also look for treasure because, why not? Among the bones of their victims, you find some coins. There's nothing else of use. Okay. Fine. A priest hands you a small token made of feathers and clay. Keep that. Show it to our patrols later to show you have paid the proper and holy cash. At the end of the valley, you find a large temple. It's a massive marble structure surrounded by guards. There's entirely out of place in these remote, savage lands. The front gate has a design of large point on it. An effusively friendly priest comes out to greet you. Welcome, friend. He says, I am Velofsky. Welcome to the Temple of the Divine Lucre. He brings you inside and begins the sales pitch. He has clearly given it many times before. This is the largest sanctum of our faith, where our best come for elite holy training. And as the Church of Divine Lucre believes substandard self-improvement is our greatest purpose, you can guess what is required to be taught. He grins. For only 5,000 coins, you may be elevated into the highest circle of our church and be taught our secrets. He has me brought tea to drink while you mull over his offer. Are you interested? I think this penalizes your reputation if you join the Church of Divine Lucre, so we're going to refuse. When they realize you are not good for a sale, the tea is taken from you. You are shown the door with all speed. I mean, it does give you high-level pre-spells, but it does penalize your reputation. Okay, so at least we can pass just fine in this section without worrying about the Divine Lucre attacking us, because I know attacking them also penalizes your reputation. These golems try to attack you, but they barely reach you. They crumble before your eyes. When you destroy their factory, you remove the power source which held them together. Okay, good. Honestly, if you want a buff to free spells, you're better off joining the Inama, I think. You'll be approaching a camp of heavily armed men and women. When you get close, you see that several have strange eye insignia on their armor. One of them rises and shouts at you. You are not allowed to be here. We came to this valley for our own sinister uses. Depart or die. Several of them start preparing spells. Oh, forget that no bug. We're killing that. Remember though, if you do want to join the Inama in a playthrough, you're better off just starting off with a party that's already pre-spelled. That's already full of priests. You have a couple of shamans and a couple of priests. So yeah, if you want the biggest buff to free spells, you're better off just joining the Inama rather than the Temple of the Divine Lucre. I mean, it does give you buff to all your free spells, but you do suffer a reputation penalty. Also, 5,000 coins is a bit much for me right now. Because like I said, I do want to buy more weapon skills. Especially for Celestia and Jordan, because they will need it. When you search the bodies of these mysterious and violent strangers, you find nothing on them to indicate who they were, what the eye insignia meant, or why they were guarding this valley. At the top of this remote valley, you find a small patch of some sort of fungus. It doesn't look like much. You pass it by. Might have been something we didn't want, though. Okay, I did mark it on the map, so maybe it's something that will grow back. Okay, well, at least we can pass by the Temple of the Divine Lucre without worrying about stuff. We have a token, so we can pass. I mean, feel free to tell me in the comments section if it is worth paying that much for the buff to free spells. I personally don't think it's worth penalizing your rep, but I mean, hey, I don't know. You examine the statue closely and find a small secret compartment in the back. It was once very well concealed, but a golem's fireball jarred the small door loose. You pry it open and find a variety of coins in a silver ring. Someone wants to hit this cache here before they left town. You suspect that this stuff has been concealed here for a while. All right. Well, that would have been good if I had a priest in my party. I mean, not a priest, archer in my party, but... You know what, let's go back real quick. And talk to Jan Mythos so we can get more weapon skills. That is the main thing for me. Let's get it for Jordan for now. Celestia I'm not as worried about since she can cast a She can pretty much cast everything. She has boost to her. But Jordan and I definitely wanted to at least get Adrenaline Rush 4 finally. Let me check Celestia's inventory real quick. Oh yeah, she has at least a few boosts because of that Far Side Cloak. Alright, let's head back to Gale really quickly, just so we can teleport back to that area. Okay, why are these fools trying to attack me after all the things? Nature Lord, you're not kicking in enough for me, as far as like avoiding this. I guess we can still give Unicorn Horns to Akrod if he's still around. Well, let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll teleport right back to Gale. Then head to that small town, so I can at least get out a saving point. But yeah, like I said, even if after you complete certain missions, stuff like that, or clear out slimes fast enough, you are going to have disappearing NPCs after some time. So there are some quests you do want to address, even if you, real quick, even if you do beat the plagues before they really cause any sort of destruction to towns. Like the slimes, if you clear them up, for example, if you clear them out before day 11, then they won't cause any more destruction to towns and stuff like that. And as more days progress, eventually towns can get, the more days progress, the more you aren't clearing out plagues, the more towns will be destroyed or completely overrun, stuff like that. So yeah, it is a case where you do want to clear out stuff as much as you can. Alright, let's head back to Gale really quick, only so we can have easier access to get back to that town we were going to go to. And just so I can get at a save point, you know. Day 110. But yeah, I think at this point, Prejean would be very much destroyed if you took that long to take care of the slimes. So yeah, you don't want to take like a bunch of time to play stuff like that. But what was this town we were gonna explore but avoided? Nah, I don't want to worry about an ogre camp. Come on, really? I do like how we started this video off at a freaking, like, remote cavern. Thought we were going to explore for more treasure, and somehow it's blocked off by a stalagmite. I'm going to look that up, see if there's nothing we can really do, because I don't know another way we could do that. Ooh, what's this? This was somebody's noble attempt to build a colony. They had gone as far as laying a foundation and the erecting of wooden palisades for defense when an unexpected barrage of fireballs wiped everything out. It looks like the only one structure, charred and burned out, remains standing. Can't make out a bunch from where you are, however. To find out what happened, you'll have to walk in and investigate. You search the ruin and find numerous charred bones. This is the Charnel house, filled with dead settlers and guards, all stripped of loot. As you look around, you stumble upon a few of the creatures responsible, floating around and hunting for fresh prey. Come on. You know what? We'll dispose of them. No problem. Remember, gazers and IBs are immune to lightning based attacks like Divine Retribution and Might, so don't worry about casting it on them. And hooray for Jordan getting battle distance. Now he can wipe him out no problem. You search the ruins of the settlement, looking for the treasure gathered by the gazers. Unfortunately, you don't find anything of value. Perhaps there was nothing valuable. Or perhaps the gazers hid their loot carefully and you can't find it. You aren't sure. You have one small stroke of luck, though. Your knowledge of the arcane tells you that gazer eye stalks are a valuable magical component. Some of the gazer's eye stalks are miraculously intact. You take them. Your knowledge of nature tells you that the herbs growing among the rocks here are far from ordinary. They have a powerful, invigorating quality, making them a useful alchemical ingredient. Some of the springs seem fresh enough for use. I really don't want to get on to eye stalks because I kind of already got into a habit of selling like too many like crafting items, so I'm just going to drop that. Vulnerability potion, we'll sell that. Let's go ahead and head to this town up here though that I haven't explored yet, and then we can do more exploring outside. But ooh, we got a lot covered. Okay, that's probably just a bunch of water anyway. So alright, here we are in the town of Calic now, so it's time for me to go ahead and save the game right here, but I'll see you all soon with the next part of Let's Play.